My adjournment this evening is for the Minister for Health, and the action I seek is that no regional maternity services close as a result of Labor's newly announced task force. With the announcement of this maternity task force, there are worries of a resource shift away from regional local services to larger hospitals in Melbourne. There is cost cutting that is resulting in the closure of midwifery units and continuity of care programs right across regional Victoria. Our regional maternity services are already under immense pressure and need more support than they are currently receiving from this government. Local service closures, staff cuts, a lack of effective resources to provide care and a decrease in the options available for new mums are just some of the many issues that have been raised directly with me. A lack of funding support from this government has already resulted in providers like Benalla Health having to close their birthing services and Kilmore Health Maternity Ward operating on reduced hours between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. And unfortunately, try as we might, having a baby may occasionally need to happen outside of business hours. With closures and reduced hours at hospitals right across the region, many of these women will be forced towards hospitals such as North East Health, Wangaratta for maternity care now. Wangaratta's maternity care supports over 700 births per year and provides care for families from towns right across regional Victoria who are already unable to access care close to home. The hospital recently lost 30 midwives from their staff and are still dealing with a hiring freeze and a lack of resources following the Department of Health directive to contain costs. No clarity has been provided since regarding the future of North East's midwifery practice or potential staffing increases, despite their waitlist of expecting mothers growing. Having spoken with Lauren, a registered midwife from the region, said the cuts will impact Wangaratta's iconic midwifery group practice, regarded as many as the gold standard in maternity services. This is a continuity of care model that results in lower rates of intervention, lower risks of preterm birth and fetal loss, and higher rates of maternal satisfaction. The program costs less as well, despite the government still trying to shut them down. In an electorate that spans 13,000 square kilometres, it's shameful that the majority of local women cannot access maternity care.
Victoria's health funding crisis is deepening, with thousands rallying to fight against cuts that could force regional hospitals to merge. It's a double blow for the health system as Ambulance Victoria is put on notice.
Having spoken to parents across the region, it's clear our midwives and maternity health providers need more support and not less. Kate Voicey from Kilmore said from early in her pregnancy it was clear that many of the local GPs were uninformed in caring for women experiencing high-risk pregnancies. I was often having to prompt for tests to be done and request additional tests as well, otherwise her daughter was likely not to be carried to term. Her story is troubling and there's too many of it. I came into this place with a positive outlook to campaign for increased services across our hospitals, not having to fight to maintain the bare minimum of funding to stay open.